Okay, so this is the Adaptive Intelligence Circle. Um, Welcome back to my channel. Before we dive into anything serious, I have to be honest with you right from the start. This ecosystem, Adaptive Intelligence Circle, right now it still looks pretty pathetic. Just one guy, 32 repositories, no big team, no funding, no fancy office. And if I'm being real with you, there's not much impressive to show yet. And a lot of people would probably look at this and think, what the hell is this kid even trying to build? And honestly, they could not be completely wrong. But here's the thing: that's exactly why these projects would be exist. So, um, so my name is Nguyen Đức Chi. I'm 21 years old from Vietnam. I started this journey in April 2025, and as I mentioned, at that time I was just a regular computer science student. I did not have a team. I didn't have money. I definitely didn't have any big achievements. I think I have lost so many battles in my life, and I saw AI moving extremely fast, but I felt it was going in the wrong directions, so I choose not to follow the crowd. I mean, I try to create a new path that I believe is very important for long-term sustainable future. And I was C++ programmer. Eventually, I know some kind of programming language like Python or Java or Lua or Rust, but I miss out on internships and job opportunities at big corporations, as I mentioned in the previous video. And I wasn't the top student in my class, so I needed to prove something, not to the others, but to myself. So that's why I decided to take a completely projects. So we can go into the main point. So this is the banner of adaptive AI, and what exactly of adaptive AI? My visions for it is very significant. You can understand this is the first step I've taken to turn that route to scenarios, and I believe it's very different from modern AIs. It's not flashy algorithms or trying to optimizing loss functions, but it is clearly a part of the uh, ecosystem that can truly understand in abstractions layers. So, so this philosophies of adaptive AI is very um, complex at the same time. It is designed to be safe from the ground up, to involve in a control manners, and to always put humans at the centers. So basically, it's not designed to be the strongest or the fastest. Um, some people just have some opinions about this one, but a truly powerful intelligence system is not one that never makes mistake, but one that knows when it is making mistake and has the ability to correct itself. So this is the definitions of adaptive AI. It is the core research branch of the adaptive intelligence circle, focusing on building an intelligence system capable of automatically adapting to changing environments, something like evolving strategies and behaviors based on real-world feedback, try to detect and defending against threats and anomalies, and communicating securely with ethical AI and human meaning network system. So in short, I can say that it's built to be the foundations for AI that is not only intelligence but truly safe and responsible from the kernel level. So this is the core system architectures as I mentioned in the previous video. Um, as you can see, there's four projects. I mean, four core projects in AIC. The adaptive AI is the first projects and is the first layer of the core system architectures, and it's like a brain of the uh, core projects. And IBCS or drivers introspective process is like executions of introspect introspections, and we try to you know combine into the adaptive OS. Its mission is to be in the runtime and execute in real-time scenario. So it becomes the uh, biggest functions for scaling AIC in the future. So the project structures I have been trained in the GitHub open source platform. The most important part is the core directory, which contains the introspective behavior compiler. This is the heart of the system, allowing the engine to self-reflect and detect misalignments at the runtime. So actually, I also implemented some kind of things like rollback orchestrators. For example, when an abnormal state is detected, so the system automatically rollbacks to previous saved versions, and memory introspections monitors and manage memories in real time and detecting unusual access. And the final one is the plugin system. For example, combines Lua for dynamics, logics, and Rust for high performance and memory safety. So basically, I try to use multiple language to create an plugin system. I mean, adaptive AI can be scale can be applied into other different languages on and all the plugins running their own sandbox. But it's not independent. Um, it's not something independent from human behaviors. So basically, we can working with sandbox and in some cases, so humans can decide what is the right thing to do in the tough moments. So this is the comparison between closed source, open source software, and responsible close. Um, Now let me be very by comparing adaptive AI with the current majors approach in AI. I mean there are basically three dominance models today. As you can see, we have closed source AI like GPT-4 or Cloud in its early days. So everything is black box. You cannot see the code. You cannot audit it. You cannot modify it. It's extremely powerful, but extremely dangerous because there's no zero transparency and zero accountabilities. So the second one is responsible close. This is what Anthropic try to do with constitutional AI. You can uh, have a do a research on constitutional AI, and you can understand this model is letting a foundations for uh, Anthropic in their visions, and they keep the models close but add ethical rules on the top. And on the paper, it sounds good. In reality, we have seen alignment drift, budget cuts on safety teams, and increasing influence from big funding. We we don't blame it. We don't think is something critical, but it's still ultimately controlled by profit and maybe politics. And the third, the close to my transparency, traditional open source AI, everything is public, even to coding. Anyone can see it and modify it. I can say this is the better for transparency, but most projects still like deep ethical safeguards from the kernel. So therefore, many of them eventually get the commercialized or controlled by big corporations in any way. So in general, Adaptive AI try to be something different for path fully open source, but with ethical principles, but built directly into the kernel, combined with real self-defense and adaptations mechanisms. Um, and we can see it the role of adaptive AI in open source system and in AIC ecosystem. I'm not just opening up about the code. I'm trying to prove that open source must truly come with responsibility from the outset. And we are not just another open source project, as we know. We're trying to prove that open source can go much deeper than simply releasing code. And the roles of adaptive AI is to become a reference architectures that show how to build intelligent systems that are truly adaptive and self-evolving, um, capable of introspections and self-corrections, and it's protected by ethical constraints from the very core and designed for long-term human meaning instead of short-term profit. So I always trying to show how to build an engine that can adapt while maintaining security, and for the other projects that want to, combine open source and ethical AI. So most importantly, creating paths that anyone can follow without being bound by companies or governments. So by keeping everything open and non-profit, we hope to inspire other researchers and developers, especially in the global south, to build their own ethical system without depending on big techs or governments, as I mentioned. Um, I mean, this is not about competition. This is about creating a new standard for responsible open source AI. So, as I mentioned, I talking about three. Four, three models of AI, more traditional way of AI, and I want to make these comparisons even clearer. I mean, let's talk about closed source. It maximum performance and control for the company, zero transparency, highest risks of misuse and misalignment. For example, you can see it on early GPT models, and you can see the responsible clause. It trying to add some ethical rules on the top, still closed but still controlled by single organizations. We are already seeing safety teams being cut and alignment drift in 2026, and you can see the drama with the Pentagon, Department of the War in 2026. Is very difficult for companies like Anthropic, and I don't want to mention about that. Maybe I will talk about this in the next video. And I have to scale it to another something like traditional open source. Is very high transparency. Anyone can audit and modify it, but usually lacks deep ethical architectures from the kernel and often gets commercialized later. So adaptive AI is our approach is very different from the others. We are try to get into the open source ethical kernel from day one, and self-defense and introspection is built in. We believe in zero profit absolute. It's very difficult in short term, but for me in the long term, it can get some high value. Um, and we design for long term human meaning, not short term for scale. I mean, this is the path we believe the world actually needs. We don't want to destroy what we did in the last 2 years, but we try to create a new way to interact with AI system. Okay, so let's give me some seconds. So right now I will show you my first demo. This is the bigger difference compared to uh, typical AI models. It's not something fancy, flashy. It's very um, simple when I just using command line interface. I try to run the projects on my Windows PowerShells. It's not something uh, cloud infrastructures or something like that. Now I will show you a quick live demonstrations. First, normal mode. Yeah. So let's see the video. I spent 2 hours to complete something significant, something important. And as you can see, I just writing some
Now
line.
I'm to show you a demo. Yeah, and you can see the my compile on Windows, and I'm gonna dive into the projects. So I compiled in the test folders, and you can see it right now. Wait, I'm missing something. So this is the system is initializing the sensors, preprocessing and preprocessings. So this is the adaptations engine initialized. You can see everything is normal, high CPU detected, but within safe threshold, and network activities from some kind of part is legitimate, and system resource levels back to the normal, and it's trying to shutting down. But when I try to, you know, um, to put some trouble against the system, and guess what? So the adaptations engines can truly find some unusual network activities from part 444, and you can see it can figure out the triggering rollback mechanism. So this is the threat analyzer, and it's try to roll back, and the output is system restore to safe state, and it's trying to shutting down as I mentioned. So this is the uh, first demo of adaptive AI. I try to practice the adaptations engine in the whole projects.
So you can see the video, and it's immediately the system detects the anomalies, triggers the threat analyzer, and activates the rollback mechanism. This is the kind of self-defensive behavior we are building into adaptive AI. So that is one of the I mean, this is the one of the first demo of Adaptive AI. You can see I try to run the adaptations engines, and I mean we can have many testing in the future as well. So call to actions. In short, Adaptive AI is being built to become a secure foundations from the ground up and for the entire AIC ecosystem. And it is our attempt to build AI that is not only powerful but truly responsible from the core. And if you are interested in adaptive system, introspections engine, rollback mechanism, ethical AI architectures, or would like to contribute some ideas, I would love to discuss. The link to the repositories is in the descriptions. So the adaptive AI repolling is in, is the comment in the descriptions as I mentioned. Thank you so much for listening, for watching the video. If you like it, you can like, subscribe, or comment in below. I will read it and re reply to the other comments. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Yeah. See you in the next video.